like that. So we will be moving to higher expressions. Degree is increasing as we move on. So this will get more complex. We will try to form a what are the polynomials, like what are the properties of polynomials. We will get to know about the rule of indices, or we can say rule of exponents. Yeah, we'll get to know what is indice and what is exponent. I will try to like make you understand everything. Then we will find the zeros as well as the poles. What are those? And we will try to plot it in the graph if you guys are able to get what I'm teaching. After that, we will be moving to rational equations. Rational numbers are those numbers which can be written in the form of p by q. I will teach you what is p by q form. Okay, so rational expression is similar to polynomials, but we have something in the denominator part also. Okay, denominator part also we have the expression for rational expression. So this is getting more complex than polynomial. Okay, so we will not go into the deep rather than a superficial dive because of the time. 20 sessions is not enough for to teach you algebra 2. It actually requires the entire 3 or 4 months, like your summer time or winter time, whatever you are. After that, we will be moving to radical expression. Radical expression is mainly those numbers which have root under it, like root 10, root 5. We don't know because these are not the square numbers, so we won't be able to find the roots of this equation. So how to solve this kind of equations? We will be doing in the radical expression. So we will be doing some operations. We will try to simplify it and how we are. Then we will try to know that exponential and logarithmic functions. So most of you have heard about this term if you have done algebra 1, which is log and exponent. So what is log and exponent? It generally we used to like measure if some system is like moving up, or what is the. So after that, after the complex number, after the sequence and series, see what I told you, that algebra is a prerequisite for calculus. Okay, so for calculus, the trigonometry is must. So you need to know all the topics that will be beneficial for, that will be help you to get a grasp of calculus. Okay, so for calculus you need to like know about conics and introductory to geometry as well, because that are important to know when we are trying to find the area under curve, or like we are trying to find like integral or differential of slope of some functions. Okay, so if time allows, I will definitely teach you the introductions. Okay, at the end of at the end of each of the topics, I will try to cover. At the end of each topic, I will try to cover the make some algebraic model. Okay, I will try to make some algebraic model and will share you the solutions. Okay, so you can like get to know what are the real world applications of the topics that you've been doing, because that is all what you will be doing in the future. Okay, even like if you prepare a cup of tea. Okay, cup of tea. So after how much time this cup of tea will get cold, even you can determine this using algebra. Okay, so algebra is this much powerful. It is so much important to know. So these are the most complex topics. Okay, I will try to complete in the given sessions. Let's see that how far I can go. So let's start. So algebra. If you have any doubt, you can drop in the comment section, like a chat box. I will try to answer after the class. I will share it with Tasmina ma'am, or whatever the means I can find. So don't hesitate. And if you like having some problem, you can raise your hand, so maybe I can see. So algebra. So what is algebra? Algebra is the study of unknown. Okay, study of unknown. Study of unknown. Algebra is the study of unknown. What is, how is it different from arithmetic? See, while we are doing arithmetics, so we are doing with like definite quantities, right? We know prior that what is the quantity. Like a jar has 5 liters of water. It is poured into something, it becomes half. So what is the remaining portions? So you will say 5 into half. So 5 upon 2 is remaining. So 5 upon 2, 2 has poured, 5 upon 2 is remaining. So we know prior that what are the datas that we have. In the prior, we know what are the datas we have. In algebra, we don't know. So what is the solution of it? We assume that it has x quantities. So half is being poured, so half is remaining. X upon 2 is remaining. So algebra is the study of unknown. Algebra provides a framework to find the missing piece in the puzzle. Okay, missing piece in a puzzle or missing piece in the do it to solve a puzzle, what we know. And what algebra is. Okay? Arithmetic, we deal with definite and prior known quantities, and in variable, variable is a letter. Okay, it is a letter or a symbol, it can be anything, which is used to denote the missing quantity. What is missing we don't know, so what we will do, we'll assume based on what we'll name it. We'll name it as a variable: x, y, z, theta, gamma, delta. We can assume anything. Okay, anything can be assumed. So these are variables. Okay, how is it different from the numbers? Numbers are the definite quantities. Okay, numbers are the definite quantity. We know it prior that how much is there. Okay, we had a prior knowledge of how much is there in the numbers. Okay, so these are the two main difference between variables and the number. The variables can assume anything. So x, I find x can assume anything, 1, 2, 3, 4, anything it can assume, but numbers must be constant. If I define it as 4 liters or 4 gallons, so it will always be 4 gallons or 4 liters, it will not change. So far so good. Now there is a term. Now there is operators. These are the terminologies you need to know before starting the like chapters, because we will be dealing with languages only. I'll say operators, exponents, um, terms, expressions, constant and coefficients. So what are the operators? Operators are the addition, subtraction, multiplication, divisions. These are the operators we know. Summation, this is also operator. Okay, and this is also an operator. This is not equals to, this is greater than equals to, this is less than, this is greater than equals to, this is less than equals to. Okay, these are the operators. First four we know prior. Sigma is the summation notation. This is equals to sign, right? When we put equals to, when the quantities are equal on the either side of the this one. So equals to is what? It's a comparison. Okay, comparison operator. Okay, plus minus into divide, multiplication divide is, these are arithmetic operator. There is name of operator. These are inequality operator. So equals to is a comparison operator. Equals to is a comparison operator. So, like we said that we are dealing with algebra. Algebra means unknown. There is no there is no certainty in life. There is no certainty, and algebra is also there is no certainty. In algebra, there is no certainty. So we can't just say equals to. It is not always equals to. Then we can write it is greater than or either it is less than. So these are the operator. Like if I say 7, 8, so which is greater? 8 is greater, right? So I'll just open the bracket, open this mouth towards 8. So 8 is greater than 7. Okay. If I write, let's say, -5 and 4, so which is greater? 4 is greater. So I'll open the mouth here. So 5, where the mouth is closed, these are the on that part the number is less than the other part. Okay, so these are the operators. We can't say equals to -5 is not equals to 4. So how we gonna compare it? These are comparison operator. Then we put like this. Similarly, if I say that x is greater than y, which means what? Greater than or equals to y, greater than y, which means what? We don't know x, we don't know y, but the operator is saying that x, whatever the value of x, it must be greater than y. So x can assume any value and y will assume the value less than x. Okay, if I write this is called greater than equals to, if I like draw a line in the parallel with the lower part, it will becomes equals to. It means x or y is greater than equals to. It means that there can be one say one number where x is equals to y. Let's take 1. So I can write 1 comma 1. So this I can write because equals to is given. So in algebra, while we will be doing polynomials and factorizations, we need to know what are some arithmetic operation that we know prior hand. So we will be doing about, we'll do a quick recap of what are the arithmetic part that we have done previously, which is the factors, factors and multiples. Okay. So before moving to variables, let us deal with constant part, okay? Because these are equally important in algebra, okay? Factors and multiples. So what are factors and what are multiples? Factors are the number. So I will not write, I will just tell you, you can listen. Factors are the number, factors of a number, let's say 24. So factor of a number, this is a number, are the values, are the values for which when that number divides with the when those factors divides with the number leaves behind remainder as 0. Reminder as 0. So these are factors. So if I said factor means factor of a number when divides with the number leaves behind remainder as 0. So what are the numbers that leave behind remainder 0 for 24? What are the numbers? It is 4 because 24 into 1 is 4 is 24. So 1 is the factor. Any other number you can think of? Any other number you can think of? Can anyone tell? Unmuting their mouth. Yes, 2 and 12. Thanks, Sonal. So 2 and 12. It can be 6 also. It can be 4 also. It can be 24 also. Right. Yes, Sonal. Right. Yes, 8 and 3. Right. 8 and 3. Right. So these are all factors. These are all factors. So when I divide it with this, they leave behind remainder as 0. So these are the factors. Multiples. Now let's do with multiples. So what are multiples? Multiples, I'll say the bookish definition. Multiple of a number that is formed by multiplying the number with a integer. With the integer. Multiples are the number which are formed by multiplying the numbers with an integer. So what can be the integers? Integers can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can say, rather than integer, you can say natural numbers. Because these are natural numbers. 0 can't be included. Yes, Sonal. 1, 2, 4, 6, 12, 24 you missed. 24 is also a factor. 24 into 1 is 24. So, multiple of a number are the numbers that are formed by multiplying the number with its natural numbers. Okay. So, if I say the multiple of 8, then what it could be? Which are formed by multiplying the numbers. So, 8 into 1 I can write. 8 into 2 I can write. Remember to take only natural numbers. Okay. 8 into 3 I can write. 8 ones are 8, 8 twos are 16, 8 threes are 24. So I can write these numbers. Okay. So these are the multiples. Okay. Now there is a term called 8, 16, 24, 32, 80, 88, 96. It can stretches to infinity. Okay. Not only till 88 you can write any multiples. Now there is a like topic called the LCM and GCD. Okay. Least common multiple. 100. 100 is not a multiple of 8, right? Final multiple of 8 is 12, it's a 96. Okay. After that it is 106, 4 to 104. Okay. So LCM and GCD. LCM is the least common multiple. GCD is the greatest common divisor. So let us understand this. So till now we are pretty much clear with the factor of a number and multiple of a number. Remember, don't I've been teaching student here. All the student are like confused between factors and multiples most of the time when they are doing it, like doing it for the first time, and even after months they are like making a mistake. Then saying that, oh sir, you told I'm confused between factors and multiples. Factors leave behind reminder 0. Multiples are the number formed by multiplying the number with a natural number. Now let us understand this LCM and GCD. It mainly concerned with more than one number. Let's say 6 and 6 and let's say 18. Okay. First we'll understand factors, a highest common factor, or I can say GCD. The full form of HCF and GCD, we can say that greatest common divisor. Greatest common divisor. Or for the time being, you can say that uh, yes, greatest common divisor is 6, right? So let's uh, or I can say like highest common factor. Highest common factor. So how to find it? First we will write. So there are two methods. One is long term division method and another is called factorization method. Okay. Factor method and long term division method. Can it also be greatest common factor? Yes, greatest common factor I can write. GCF. Yes. There are so much term you can use whatever you like. So since GCD, like in our country, we are the convention is HCF. Okay. In your country, it is actually GCD is very much like popular. Okay. So 6, what are the factors of 6? It is 1, 2, 3 and 6. Okay. And if for 18 it is 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. So these are the factors. Okay. Now you need to find the greatest common factor. Okay. What are the common factor? Common factor are 1, okay, 2 is also common, 3 is also common, 6 is also common. None are common, 9 and 18 are not common. You need to find the factor which is greatest. Yes, 6. So 6 is the greatest common factor. Okay. Not only it restrict to like two numbers also, you can say it for like 4 to 5 number also. Let's take like 4, 12, 16 and 20. I need to find the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor. Okay. So how should I do? Same process I will do. I'll write 4. Would it be 4? Yes, it is 4. So you guys are pretty much like aware of this topic. I don't know if all are aware. So 4, 12, 16 and 20. So the factor of 4 I'll quickly do 1, 2 and 4. Factor of 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 12. 6 is also there and 12. Factor of 16 is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Factor of 20 is 1, 2, 5, 4, 5, 10 and 20. So you need to find the common number. Common number is 1 also, 2 also and 4 also. So what is the highest number? Which is 4. So 4 is the HCF. So this is the concept of HCF. Now let us understand the concept of LCM. LCM, the full form is least common multiple. Least common multiple. Least common multiple. As the name suggests, you can break it down. It has to be a multiple which is common and it is least. So it is the smallest. So as I said common, so it means it must have two numbers in between. Let's take two numbers like 24. Let's take 12 and 8. 12 and 8. So I have to find the least common multiple. So what I'll do is I'll just write the table of 8 and 12. Yes. Uh, single G. Yes. 24. So I'll write the multiple of 8. 8 multiple is 8 ones are 8, 8 12s are 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 24. No 34, it is 24. So 8 4s are 32. So 12 multiple is 12 ones are 12, 12 twos are 24, 12 threes are 36 and so on. So what is the common multiple here? Common multiple is I can see 12. So least common multiple. So least common multiple. So this must be the least because it is the smallest one. Had it been some numbers before that, then that will be the least common multiple. You can take it for any numbers of like if I say like 16, 15, you can find it in according. So there are ways to find LCM and HCF. Now the problem comes when like I said you need to find the HCF of 364 and 216. How you gonna do? All you will do is write the factor all the time. What are the factors? What are the factors like 1, 2, 4? You will multiply, divide it with each number so that you will say where when the remainder is coming 0. So there is a method. Till now we are doing factorization for we are doing finding the HCF for smaller numbers. Now for bigger number the challenge is big. See how am I doing? The process is called long form division method. Okay, long form division method. Division method. So what is a long form division method? How you divide? I divide like this. Let's say 24. I'll divide like this. 6. Okay, I'll divide like this. So 6 into 4 is 24. So remainder is 0. So this is called divisor. Okay, divisor. This is called dividend, and this is called quotient. You can tell according to your dialect. I am actually telling it what we used to tell. Okay, I don't know what is the dialect of your place. So this is called reminder. Let's take this clear because 6 4s are 24. Right. HCF is a HCF is not 4. Uh, HCF is not 4 actually. I think it is 24. I think it is 4. Let's see. So divisor is, this is divisor, this is dividend, this is quotient. The one which is at the center, one which is being divided, this is called dividend. Okay, and one which is dividing, that is called divider. The quotient is how many times, and the remainder is final. So how long form division is happening? We all aware of how this division happens. See how long form division is doing. First we write the number. Okay, 364, and let's see that what is the remainder coming. So this will be one time, right? 260. You all guys are like allowed to use calculator, because in my country it is not allowed to use calculator even in college. 364 minus 216, so I can take the liberty of it. So this is coming 148 is the remainder. Okay, okay, I have calculator. That's good. So 148 is the remainder that is coming. So now 148 is can't be divided by 216. Okay, so this is the remainder. What I'll do is I'll just continue repeat the process with the, after putting this divider into dividend. I'll put the divider into dividend. Okay, and I'll repeat the process till the time the remainder is 0. Till the time is remainder is 0, because HCF we told that what is the HCF? HCF is the highest common factor. And what are factors? Factors are those numbers which when multiplied with the, which when divided with the numbers leaves behind the remainder as 0. So we need to find the remainder till it is 0. So I have to repeat the process. So 148 is 148, 1's a 148. So minus 216. So it is becoming 68. Again continue the same process. I'll put it into dividend 148. So this will go for 2 times. So 68 into 2, it is 136. So 136 minus 148. So it is coming 12. Again the remainder is not 0. So what I'll do is I'll just repeat the number. Repeat the same process. 68. Okay. So 68 is 12 5s are 60. Okay. So 8 is the remainder. So 8. Again I'll repeat the process. 12. So 8 ones are 8. So 4 is the remainder. And again I'll put this 8. So 4 twos are 8. 4 twos are 8. Now we get the remainder as 0. For what? For which number we get the remainder as 0? For 4, right? Divisor. Factor means divisor. I told when divided with the number. If 2 is the factor of 24, it means 2 divided by 24. And 2 divided by 24 is 12 2s are 24. So 2 is the HC, 2 is the factor. So for which number we are getting the remainder as 0? For 4. Okay, so for 4 the remainder is 0. So 4 is the highest common factor or greatest common divisor. Okay, so instead of finding all the time the factors, you can follow this method. This is very much reliant because you don't need to find the factors all the time. So this is like that. Similarly for LCM, okay, similarly for LCM, there is a quick way to find it. What is the quick way? Let's take 4 5 numbers. 6 8 16 and 20. I'll take four numbers. So I told you to find, okay, you need to find the LCM of it. So what will we do? You will be writing the multiples all the time and see which is the least common multiple. How to do? There is a method which is called factorization method. Factorization method. See how am I factorizing? See how am I factorizing it? 6, 8, 16, 20. I'll draw L. I'll draw L over it. Okay. I'll find a number. I'll find a number which divides the most of the maximum of these numbers. So I'll have to find a number for which most of the number will get divided, and which those number which are not divided, I'll just put it over here. So I'll take 4. I'll take 4. I'll take 4. So is 4 is divided by, is 6 is divided by 4? No, 6 is not divided by 4. I'll just place it down without doing anything. Now check for another number. For 8, is 8 is divided by 4? Yes. What is the quotient? Quotient is 2. I'll check for the other number. For 16, is 16 is divided by 4? Yes, 16 is divided by 4. 4 4s are 16. I'll check for the next number then. Is 20 is divided by 4? Yes, 20 is divided by 4. So 5 4s are 20. So 5. So I'll just write it down here. I'll have to continue this till the time we get most of like 1, or like further we can't divide it. All the numbers are like becoming like co-primes. Okay, all the numbers becoming co-primes. So I'll tell you what is a co-prime. So 2, 6, 4 and 5. If I take 2, see, for 2, 3 times of 2 is 6. If I divide it by 2, then 1 into 2 is 2. If I divide it by 4, then 2 into 2 is 4. 5 is not divisible. I'll write like this. Okay. Is any numbers are, yes, yes, I remember this method I used in class 6th grade. Yes. So now, can you find any numbers which are dividing the maximum numbers? No. 3 is only divided by itself, 2 is only divided by itself, 5 is only divided by itself. These numbers are called co-prime. After that, I'll tell you what are co-primes. So final LCM will become the multiplication of this. You draw the L and you multiply. So it will become 4 into 2 into 3 into 1 into 2 into 5, which is 4 2 is 8, 8 3 is 24, 24 into 2 is 48, 48 into 5 is 240. So 240 is the HCF of this number. Okay. So what are co-primes? Co-primes. So what is a prime number? What is a prime number? Prime numbers are those numbers. LCM 240, right? So what is a prime number? Can anyone tell me? Prime numbers. Some prime numbers. Okay, I'll tell you. So what is a prime number? Prime numbers are those number that is only divisible by itself and 1 also. Not only with itself and 1 also. 1 is not a prime. Okay, 1 is not a prime. Prime numbers are those numbers which has two factors. 1 and itself. Yes. More conveniently, like more generalizingly, you can write it has two factors. Okay. What are the two factors? One is 1 and itself. 1 and itself. So let's say 7, 11 and 6. So what are factors of 7? Factors of 7 are 1 and 7 only. Factor of 11 is 1 and 11. But for factor of uh, 17 and 19 are co-primes, and also they are called twin primes because the difference is 2. So for 6, the factors are 1, 2, and 3, and 6. So there are 4 factors. So this is not a prime number. Okay. These are, so if the number of factor is 2, they are called prime numbers. Okay. 1 is neither prime nor composite. And if the factors are more than 2, if the factors are more than 2, then those are called composite numbers. Composite numbers. Okay. So these are called composite number. Means the factor is more than 2. So all the numbers except prime numbers are composite number. Except for 1. 1 is neither prime nor composite. Okay. 1 is a unique number. There is also one way. There is also one way to find the LCM. Let us talk about that. Let's take 3 numbers. Okay. 4. Let's take 3 number, which is 16, 30. Okay. And 36. Let's take 3 numbers. See how am I doing. There is a term called factorization. Factorization. What is factorization means? We need to include the decimal in prime and composite number. Decimal in prime, composite and composite numbers, and like decimal numbers are not in primes. Okay, prime and composite numbers are only for integers. Okay, HCF and LCM you can include in decimal numbers. There is for decimal, which is like you have to separately find the LCM of numerator and denominator, like that. But not decimal numbers don't count in composite and numbers. Composite number, natural number, these are all concerned with integers. Okay, only positive integer. Negative integer also don't fall in like numbers. Okay, negative numbers also don't include in for prime numbers or all that. Only we are concerned with positive numbers. So factorization means breaking the number or writing the number as a product of its factors. As a product of these factors. Writing a number as a product of its factor. Okay, this is a factorization. So if I say that if I say that 16, okay, so how to write 16? I can write 2 into 8, okay, 3 into 4 into 4. So 2 and 4 are factors of 16, right? And it is in multiplication. So I'm writing the number as a product of its factors. So this is called factorization. Okay. And if I write in as the multiple of its prime number, so I can write it as 2 into 2 into 2, okay, into 2. So these are the prime numbers, right? 2 is a even prime number. So if I write it as the multiple of its prime numbers, so it is called prime factorization. Okay. Prime factorization means we are breaking the numbers, writing as a product of its factors, but in prime factors. So if the number are prime numbers, 4 and 4 is not a prime number, right? 4 and 4 is not prime number. So these are composite number. So these are factorization, and this is prime factorization. Okay. So I will not be telling the third part because it will take a longer time. We won't be doing another topic. So that's it for LCM and HCF. So if you have any questions, you can ask, or should I move to another topic?